rain a-comin', it's rollin' around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of season 2 of Hashing It Out with Paul Hash. I'm Paul Hash, and this is the show where I ask the questions everybody forgot to ask. Today's guest is that man in black, Johnny Cash. So grab a snack one piece at a time and let's walk the line down to the ring of fire and meet Johnny Cash. You recently co-headlined a show with Ted Nugent. Afterwards, you vowed never to tour with him again. Why?
He went out with his bow and arrow and killed a calf and ran the herd off into the next state or whatever.
I recently interviewed James Brown, and he pointed the finger at you as the thief of a box of ho-hos from his concert. Your response?
I learned from my mistakes. I think it's probably the best way. It's a very painful way to learn, but without pain, the old saying is there's no gain. And I found that to be true in my life.
Johnny, you've admitted to making a few mistakes in your past, but most notably mistaking Sam Kinison for Bobcat Goldthwait. Your thoughts?
You don't close the door on the past. You don't try to forget the mistakes, but you don't dwell on it. You don't let it have any of your energy or any of your time or any of your space.
What advice do you have to offer for guys like me who insist on continuing with an idiotic YouTube series?
To know who you are and what you do, and then to have faith in your ability to do it. First of all, you kind of know your limitations.
Johnny, you were just 12 years old when you found out what your tolerance level is for amphetamines. Did this help you later on in your career?
Kind of know what your limitations are. Like I found out what mine were when I was 12. And in finding that out, I found out that there weren't too many limitations if I did it my way.
You have often bragged that you can fit 4 live hamsters in your mouth and still be able to sing. Is that just egotism or grandiose?
I'm not talking about ego and arrogance and grandiose. I'm talking about self-esteem and confidence.
You have wrote some fantastic songs. The best-selling song of all time is probably Irving Berlin's White Christmas. What do you think he was really talking about in that song?
When he's talking about drugs, alcohol, artificial stimulation, and the instant gratification syndrome, so youth itself is enough to ask for.
After many years of drug and alcohol abuse, you finally got clean and sober, and you give all the credit for that to serial killer Eileen Wuornos. Tell me about that.
Because she came along at a time in my life that I was on self-destruct, and she saw what I was doing to myself, and she helped bring me back up out of it. And we fought and worked hard to keep our feet on the ground since then. But like I say, today's a good day.
If you were on the game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and you had to use a lifeline to phone a friend, who would you call?
I would like to have talked to John Wilkes Booth and ask him why. Because there's so much speculation. Just a little, to satisfy my own curiosity, you know.
After 27 seasons on the air, the Jerry Springer Show is still going strong today. What's your opinion on that?
It's a great moral stabilizer in a world run amok. You know, and it's an anchor for my own conscience and my own mind and for my own life. It keeps my feet on the ground.
Your concert and album you did at Folsom Prison was groundbreaking. After the show, what advice did you give to the aspiring bank robbers to help prevent them from getting caught again?
But the first thing is to know what you want to do. Set that goal out there and never lose sight of it and work toward it. And know that there are going to be byways and sidetracks. But keep persevering and keep on and do what you know that you want to do.
What do you think about the Florida man who was recently so intoxicated that he doesn't even remember trying to rob a convenience store with a live alligator.
It's something that has to be worked out with all that youthful vigor and energy and all the different things the mind can think about and meditate on. A person knows when it just seems to feel right to them, something they want to do.
Thanks again, everyone, for joining me on this episode of Hashing It Out with Paul Hash, the show where I ask the questions everybody forgot to ask. Don't forget to hit like and share, and I'll see you on the next time when my special guest will be Steven Spielberg.
Is a burning thing,
I'm Paul Hash. Later.
and it makes
Excuse me.